The information shared is for educational purposes only. Before taking any action, please seek the advice of a financial or tax professional. Hi, everybody. My name is Ron Yaish with SpecialNeedsLifePlanning.com. So here we are on the Rhode Island Able Account website. Excuse me. What we're going to be doing today is more of a walkthrough of this website. We're not going to touch every aspect of the website. For a more comprehensive overview in general, more general overview of ABLE accounts, please see a link below. We have a free webinar for you to sign up for if that's something that you want to know more about. And because of that, you're going to notice that we do jump around. We will be jumping around, I should say, and we're not going to be covering every aspect of eligibility and going through all those details. Although I will be throwing in a smattering of data throughout, our goal is to get through and figure out and learn about what Rhode Island is doing. And that's really it. Before we begin, I always like to mention, which is very important, that before taking any action, please consult a financial professional that can give you some guidance to make sure that this is something that would make sense for you and how this should play into the scheme and how to best, not scheme, but how should this play into your planning and the management of your funds, whether you are the individual with special needs, whether you're a family member, whether you're an authorized person helping with this account, or whether you are just part of an agency or a case manager, whoever you are. If you're looking to figure out if this is the right account and service benefit to the individual with special needs. Whew, that was a little long-winded. Sorry about that. Okay, so when you come to the website, the first thing you see is a pop-up. And the reason for that pop-up is because there are some changes that have taken place at the end of 2017. There was a tax reform bill that was passed on December 22nd, 2017, and that did impact a few of the 529A, otherwise known as ABLE account, matters. So, for example, one of the things which is mentioned here, I'm not going to go through all the details here now, is that if somebody did have a 529 college savings account, they can roll those funds into the 529A ABLE account. There is a bridge there. It's beyond the scope of this discussion as to why somebody would want to do that or how that works, etc. Excuse me. Even though this is something that was passed, I don't believe that there are any states that are actually implementing any of these changes besides for the increase to $15,000, which is point number 2. This is being taped the beginning of 2018, so not sure if there are any changes. What we will probably do is include some information down below if there is a change, and we do notice that there is a change. So you can look for an update down below. Below you will find a number of things. One is a sign up to our webinar, 2, to see if there are any changes, and 3, most importantly, is a list of resources that we have that will complement this experience for you, and a resource, various different resources to help you with an ABLE account. Okay, so I'm going to close this out and jump right in. So what do you see? Plan benefits, investment options, contact us. I like this. It's clear, it's crisp, big fonts for somebody who may have a challenge with sight. In fact, no. Okay. There are some sites, and there is a resource. Actually, I don't want to digress. So I'm just going to keep going now. Giving those with disabilities the ability to save smart, invest easily, start here. We're just scrolling down the homepage, and then a place for accessing the forums and contacting us. I like this. It's all here this is what I need. We're going to jump around and get a sense of what is what's available. Excuse me for that. Okay. So helping to make life better. So, okay, a little bit about the plan. Let's see. Okay. So this is important. This plan and its purpose is to help an individual with special needs save money. Now, why is this significant? Part of it has to do with if you're somebody who has special needs and you do receive government benefits. With some of the government benefits, there are limitations and requirements as to your resource limits. So, for example, one can't have more than $2,000 as an asset in their bank account. If they do, it would compromise their SSI benefits. So the government passed this passed this law to allow individuals with special needs to save money so that they can better themselves and improve the quality of their life by saving some money. So, and that is through individuals contributing through their own contributions and through putting money in from their own income from employment if they are employed. However, there is a little bit of a confusing factor here, and I just got to clarify this right away. The ABLE accounts across the United States that are managed by each individual state have different balance limits. So one has a limit of $400,000, one has a limit of $500,000, whatever the limit is, and we're going to hopefully get to the Rhode Island limit in a little bit. Whatever the limit is overall for each individual ABLE account, for somebody who receives SSI benefits, you can't allow this balance to go over $100,000. The minute it goes over $100,000, your benefits may be compromised, and you have to be very careful that doesn't happen because it could really complicate things and make things difficult for you. Let's jump into opening an account. So you could open an account with as little as $25. You could do it online by calling, by filling out some paperwork. And there are two sets of fees, okay? And there's a way to save on some of those fees. Discuss that in a minute. So one part is the fee for the investments, okay? So they're going to give you portfolio options that you could choose from. And the cost for that, right, you have to pay, is going to be 0.34 to 0.38%, which all considering is pretty low, okay? So that is something that is good. I would say low compared to an average portfolio. Actually, I shouldn't really make that statement because, right, if somebody went, there are less expensive options and there are more expensive options. That is what this is. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna take back that statement. Don't want to mislead anybody. So this is what it is. Each portfolio has a different cost. Okay, and then for this account, there is a maintenance fee. It's $15 per quarter, which means $60 a year. However, if you go with the option of digital statements, you could save $3.75. If you are a resident of Rhode Island, you will save another $1.25. So instead of paying $60 a year, you'll wind up paying $40 a year, and that's money. You know, I don't want to drop a $20 bill, that's real money. So if you could save, that is what we're about, letting you know what to do, what to consider. But there may be somebody who will say, I would much rather get, excuse me, the statement in my hand. I'd much rather get that, the cost difference of that $3.75 per quarter is worth it for me. I just want to have the physical paper, want to be able to see it. If you're that type of person, I know people like that. That's okay, right? Just know what, but if, on the other hand, if you don't mind, then you could also save money. So that, okay, we're not going to go through the eligibility. Okay, so the qualified disability expenses. Without getting through all the details, and again, in our resource listing down below, there is a qualified disability expense report that you can download, give you a little bit more of an insight and some more examples. Sorry about that. My throat is getting this cough. Excuse me. So the way to approach the expenses when it comes to this account is with the following idea. The purpose of this account is to benefit the individual, him or herself, with special needs that qualifies for this account. So if there is an expense that is going on that is going to benefit them, this individual, or you the individual, that would be fine, right? However, for the most part, right, this is kind of like a general this is a meta idea, big picture idea. But if this is going to be spent, if the money is going to somebody else or spent on something else, and I'll give you an example, that would be a problem. Okay, that wouldn't be what this account is for, right? The government realized that we need this account to benefit individuals with special needs, and they, gave certain advantages for the money to grow tax free, for the money to be taken out and used without paying taxes on it, even on the gains, as long as it's used for a qualified disability expense. So, for example, if somebody needed some extra support in an area and they needed an extra set of hands to do something, job coaching, some more therapy that wasn't being covered, then that is benefiting the individual. That would make sense, right? If somebody needed, to get, let's say, aqua therapy, or some expensive type of, or something that would benefit the individual but doesn't meet, but isn't covered, health club to pay for, swimming, right? I was just with somebody who became a member of a health club for the purpose of going to be a swimmer, right? The individual was a swimmer in the Special Olympics. The family recognized that this individual needed more exercise for his health, and he was excited about that. And the family went and got him a membership at a pool, at a health club. So that would make sense. Now, in the event that the pool, that the health club would say, okay, the individual could come in, but the aide can, or the shadow can, or somebody who's going with him can't, then paying for another membership or a tag along or a temporary membership, whatever that is, that's still going to benefit the individual, right? Because the individual can't go without this person, right? If that's the situation. I'm not saying that's across the board, but there are many individuals with special needs that can go and are able to go to such an experience alone. But assuming that, then this expense is still benefiting the individual with special needs. So it's not, that would still be okay, I assume. However, right, if there is a coworker that this individual has that was sent on a cruise, a $10,000 cruise, as a gift for just being nice to this individual, that would be a red flag. That would be a problem. So that would not be something that I believe would be acceptable. Now, right now, there isn't a body that is auditing these, reviewing these. Not sure how they're going to handle this in the future. I'm not sure if they're going to look for any oddities or discrepancies, kind of like that idea with the cruise, something that's going to be made out to an individual. Well, who is this person? I don't know. Right now, there isn't a requirement to submit that expense report. But one of the things we do have below is a PDF and an Excel file for you to download that can help you, log this and to manage this. So the thought is, you want to keep an accounting of the date, who it was made out to, how much it was made out for, and the purpose of this expense. So that, first of all, it's just best practice. Even if no one is looking over your shoulder, it's best practice, especially with this type of account that may come under some scrutiny in the future. We have no idea. Okay. Do I have to prove eligibility? No. However, you should have a record of a doctor's signed diagnosis. So if there's somebody who doesn't have, does not receive SSI benefits or SSDI benefits and needs to verify their diagnosis, we do have a sample letter that you can model, that you can take a look at and understand what type of information the SSA is looking for. Benefits verification from the SSA or other relevant documentation. So, there are times that you may need to use a letter. So we do have a sample letter. I'm not sure. I just had a brain freeze there. Okay. Do I have to prove withdrawals right now? No. Can I have more than one? No. How much? $15,000 a year. Here it is. Okay, we were looking for this limit. So the account balance limit in Rhode Island is $395,000. But please remember, if you are somebody that receives SSI benefits, you don't want to get over that $100,000 mark. Can a friend family make contributions? The answer is absolutely yes. What I like to mention to individuals is to send something out. Either a friend could send this out on your behalf or another family member could send this out on your behalf about a month before the individual's birth date, a month before the holidays, to close friends and family members. If you were looking to get so-and-so something for his birthday or her birthday for the holidays, you may want to consider this. So-and-so has this account. Here's Rhode Island's name. Here's Rhode Island's address. Here's the account name, right? The individual's name and the account number. Please consider this as an option if you were looking for something. We're not asking you to contribute, but if you were looking for another option as a way to gift somebody, and that's very helpful because in today's day and age, a lot of people are sending gift cards, get a bunch of different $25 gift cards as gifts over the holidays, and that's great. But this may be more useful and be more effective and really, something that the individual special needs may want more than a $25 gift card to place X, Y, and Z that they don't necessarily frequent. Excuse me. So that is just my own little 2 cents on that. When I always see systematic withdrawals. Okay, you could make systematic withdrawals. So for example, for that individual who has a membership to a health club, if there was a $50 a month membership fee, that can come from this account and be set up to go out on a regular basis, which is part of real life, right? So we this is the way that life works. We have recurring fees, and that could be something that is used in such fashion. Okay. Make sure I think we just did this. Okay. Let's go to the investment options. Hoo-ha. Okay, so there are 7 options. One is a FDIC insured checking account. Obviously, it's FDIC insured up to $250,000. And that comes with a debit card. And that is one option. And then we could do a combo. And then the other option is there are 6 portfolios that invest in the market. right? We'll click on the moderately aggressive one. It lets you know what the objective of this portfolio is, what the strategy, what the risk factors are like. You should click and check out the plan disclosure statement. It gives you a tremendous amount of information, so you don't have to, I mean, you could go through it all, but if you have a question about this account, what happens if a check bounces? What other fees are there? What, who's managing this? What's their address? Beyond the name of the fund groups, you may want to know some more information, and that should be there. And if it's not, you can reach out to the team over at Rhode Island and get that information from them. Okay, let's go down. I always like to check out the forms. I think this is important. People should know. Somebody's going to say, oh, get the enrollment form over to me. Well, where is that? Okay, so it's on the very bottom. You click forms. Some of the forms you can do both online as well as download and fill them out and mail them in. So you have enrollment, you have management of the account, investment changes. You could do both online and hard copy. And then you have something like a power of attorney that you need to sign and send in that what they call a wet signature in the actual signature. Okay. And then contact us. And when you contact them or you contact even us, we can tell you about, they could tell you more specifically about Rhode Island's plans. But when you reach out to us or to them, it would be appropriate for us to explain and answer questions about the plans, not necessarily about you in relationship to the plan. So if somebody were to say, how many investments are there? Okay, we could answer that question. It's a fact. Is the moderately aggressive a good option for me? I have no idea. And if I did answer, that would be really inappropriate unless you're my client, right? If I was wearing my other hat as a financial advisor, wealth manager, which I am, and I have, and you are one of my clients, and we have a rapport, and I know where you're at, I know what your goals are like, and I know what your risk tolerance is like, and we're trying to fit this account into your greater plan. And at that point, knowing you, understanding what you're trying to accomplish, how long the money is going to be in there, I can make a recommendation, right? I can give you some guidance. You still have to make that decision, right? Because the decision is really yours. But then at least I can approach that answer. But otherwise, without having you as a client, both Rhode Island and myself over at specialneedslifeplanning.com, we can answer more general questions, but not more specific questions. That would just FYI. If you do have questions, feel free to leave a comment below, right? We do our best to try to respond and to answer questions to the best of our ability. And if you'd like to reach us directly, our email address is down below, but I'll give it to you. It's info at specialneedslifeplanning.com. Give us a comment. Give us your feedback. If there's something that you're thinking about that is part of the special needs life planning process, be it regarding an ABLE account, be it something about housing, something about vocational work, something about the financial piece, shoot us an email. Let us know what's on your mind. What we like to do is hear from individuals and then go out, check something out, and then share it, right? If it's something private, we would just share it with you. But if it's more of a general topic, a general question, we'll do the research, we'll check, because we're not experts in everything. We don't make believe to be experts in everything. Our goal is to be there for you as educators. So we go out, we learn about something, and we share it via articles, videos, webinars. Our goal is to educate and disseminate information. So that is who we are. That's our mission with Special Needs Life Planning. Again, if you have any questions for us, we definitely welcome that. And I just wanted to do one other thing. If you click Getting Started, just to show you how it's not, once you have the individual's social and all their details together, if you are the individual filling this out yourself, or if somebody's helping you, or if you're helping somebody else, have all that info with you. And then when you're looking to sign up, it's not so difficult, right? I'm going to use this. Please don't contact me here. This is not information that I use. I just use this to get into these accounts. I don't fill out this application because I think that would be really inappropriate. But my goal is to just get you in the door, right? So just to get you in the door so you could see what this is like. It's not scary. It's 6 parts. This first part just asks, who are you? Are you the individual, him or herself? Are you a guardian? Are you an authorized, account owner? Are you an authorized individual? And then what's the person's name? What's their phone number? What's their birth date, their social, and what's their disability? Okay. And then you go on to choose the funds, and you choose, there's a lot of clicking, and, it really could take somebody 10 to 20 minutes. It really shouldn't take you longer. The average, this is the feedback I'm getting. At some point, I may reach out to the National Able Alliance to maybe get me a demo account formally, so I can do a behind the scenes on this. But I don't want to fill something out that, I just don't feel right about that. Anyway, it's been a pleasure spending time with you. My name is Ron Yaish with Special Needs Life Planning. Have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Bye-bye. I mean, very soon in another video, another something. Okay. That's it. That's all, folks. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot that you've spent the time with us. Just wanted to ask you if you could to please subscribe to our channel. It does help us. It means a lot to us. And if you are watching this on the blog, you wouldn't be able to subscribe, but you would be able to put in your email address and join the ABLE Report community. That means when we come out with information, when we come out with our ABLE reports, you would receive it. So please enter your email address if this is on the blog, or click subscribe on right below this video. Thanks so much. Until next time.